What's going on, guys? It's Shed. So we finally ended up getting an update here. Got a blog post here from Call of Duty. It says, classified arms reloaded. New fast travel system in Call of Duty Warzone. From advancing across caldera and underground mine tunnels to unearthing the secrets of the new multiplayer map Sphere. Oh, okay, it's a map. This content drop is ready to bring you more fantastic action and new ways to play Warzone and Vanguard. I mean, with whoever's left playing Vanguard. This is only a small sampling of the key changes coming to both games. Season 3 Reloaded will feature numerous quality of life updates, including a new squad heads-up display for Warzone that are set to be highlighted in patch notes coming out alongside these updates. I wonder what that means. I mean, I play solo, so I don't think it's really gonna even matter, but... And I wish they came up with more shit for solos. Like, I swear, it's always this stuff with, like, teams and shit. I'm curious, though, what percentage of players do you guys think are actually playing, like, a consistent player? How many of them are playing in squads versus playing alone? There must be at least a sizable portion of people that don't play squad modes at all. They only play solo. There must be. I exist, and there's no way that, like, I'm insanely unique. There's gotta be other people out there. Remember that rumbling and creaking beneath Caldera's surface before Season 3's launch? Those were the rickety mine carts being rediscovered by intrepid explorers, who are busy opening a new way to get around the island. Oh, okay. Developed by Toys for Bob, this new underground transit system features 14 access points indicated on the TAC map and mini-map by a silver vault door symbol. This is strange. Why would they add, like, basically the whole transit system into the game? It made a lot of sense on Verdansk because, number one, being able to move around the map more quickly was always better on Verdansk, you know what I mean? Because it was very easy to get stuck in a certain spot considering how many fucking skyscrapers and shit there were and how many overarching viewpoints people can have on you no matter where you are, and if you're not in that position or at that elevation, you get fucked. So it's strange to me that they're now putting it into the game for Caldera because I don't think Caldera rotations are even really that bad. Now, given I got a motherfucker that was saying shit like, dude, you don't even play Warzone, how are you gonna have an opinion about I'm better than you? That's how.
Oh, what?
Wait, he actually still pressed me. I'm not worried about you. What is the hip fire on this shit? Yeah, they're also adding the Serpentine perk, and Serpentine actually makes it so you take, I think, like 20% reduced damage whenever you're running and being shot at the same time. So this is a good perk for if you're running for your life, I guess, but... People are thinking that Serpentine is gonna be too powerful and shit, but personally, I really don't think so. I just think that there are other perks that are a lot better. Also, there's a lot of discussion going around about the snapshot grenades and shit like that. Personally, though, I feel like stim shots are probably more powerful. I mean, given I still think, like, a fuck ton of people are still, and I mean still using the heartbeat sensor, even after all these nerfs and adjustments and changes and shit, they are still just hanging on to the heartbeat sensor for dear life. It's the comfort pick. It's just something that people are just really not letting go. What the? This guy is ass! In addition to new perk satchels, whatever the fuck a perk satchel is, I don't know, man, I'm not reading all this shit. Gulag entry tokens and supply boxes for Battle Royale matches. Only one can be carried at a time, and if one is picked up or kept after the Gulag is closed, you'll receive cash compensation for holding one. If you perish while holding an entry token, you'll be sent back to the Gulag rather than needing to be bought back or be eliminated from the game. Okay, so it's basically like they're adding like rebirth type of elements into this. I kind of hope that this kind of stays there for Warzone 2. More of a respawn kind of thing, more forgiveness for dying, And also that means more kills, more pressure, more movement around the map because people aren't as horrified to move around. They're afraid to make mistakes, so they don't make any decisions at all except to sit there and hide and minimize the amount of risks that they take. I have literally lived my life this entire way, so I understand. Video games are the only way that I was able to express any semblance of me wanting to actually risk anything. So that's the Gulag entry token. Other token as developed by Raven is something that Warzone veterans may be familiar with, a token that grants automatic redeploy without any need to visit the Gulag or be bought back at any buy station. Oh, okay, so one of them gives you a chance to respawn with an extra Gulag, and the other one is just a straight respawn. Got it. This one deactivates once the hold shuts down late in the match. Yeah, because that makes sense. Its usefulness is obvious, but its presence is rare. Do not expect to find these as often as the Gulag entry tokens. Okay. This buff, Speed Boost. This buff, often found in Warzone's Clash mode, is another rare item that could appear in a supply box. Once it's picked up, it'll automatically grant the operator a temporary movement buff. Sliding while having this boost grants a quick way around the map, and it allows for a ton of potential movement techniques such as parkour lines and jumps, which can help before or during engagements. This is kind of like a stim in a different kind of way. It's just a speed boost without the healing, so I don't really know how effective it's going to be, but it can definitely be used. Yeah, sure. Radar jammer. Speed boost is not a common item in supply boxes. Okay, I don't even know how long it lasts for or what's up with that. Is this still all gonna be stuff that's just in solos? Like, right? They keep mentioning squads and shit. I don't give a fuck about a squad. People say they like playing Warzone. It's more like you like playing Warzone with your friends. Otherwise you wouldn't play it. Unless you're built different like us solo players. There are high value loot zones now that appear as high risk, high reward places to drop or travel to. Check your TAC map or minimap to see the areas and decide whether to set a course for fortune or frequent fighting. It really, the game is all about... What the fuck are we doing, Glizzy? This year could arguably be a strong one for Warzone solo players. Hey! I have less than 5,000 kills. I wouldn't call myself a player, but sure. I understand logic and understand how a rule set placed upon a group of players will result in certain things. I don't need to play. That's like saying you need to be qualified to be a doctor in order to determine whether or not you have a fucking headache and what you should do for it to treat it. You clearly know. Launching on the first day of Classified Arms Reloaded, which is Season 3 Reloaded, I'm assuming, Champion of Caldera features 150 maximum players continuously closing circle in a Battle Royale style for survival. All operators will drop in with their own custom loadout, a gas mask, and a single redeploy extraction token. Ooh! The item pool is slightly altered to emphasize equipment not normally found in loadouts in epic to legendary rarity weapons. Collect cash, visit an upgraded buy station, features the advanced UAV, explosive bow, and even the specialist bonus for a hefty fee. Yeah, so if you're already spawning in with your loadout and don't have to worry about it, you basically already have it as soon as you spawn in, and now you can spend your money on other things in the game that, oh, get fucked. You spent too long staring at somebody for some reason, you think that you're in a fucking campaign mission. Press him or run. You're wasting your time. People do not understand pace on these games, and they wonder why or how people are dropping over 20 kills consistently. They simply don't understand rotations and pace on the map. They do not understand it. They sit around and hope that they're okay, that they're in a good position. That's not how you should play the game. Most notably, kills in the game mode immediately refill your health, equipment, and ammo, incentivizing would-be champions to play aggressively and eliminate the competition directly to have their chances at victory. There you go. I am expecting all of these camping, slow-paced, tactical motherfuckers that are always saying this shit. I swear, I better see you on DMZ 24/7. I better see you there. Sphere Vanguard multiplayer map. Looks like some scientific place with like a Tesla coil or some shit in the middle. Tesla sphere. The H4 Blixen SMG. This hard-hitting SMG offers mobility and accuracy in medium-range engagement. So it's hard-hitting and medium range. The Owen gun is the most notable slow-firing SMG in this weapon category. But in Classified Arms Reloaded, the H4 Blixen will try and make a claim to power. Okay, so it's similar to the Owen. All right. I'm kind of down with that. I have no idea how strong it's going to be in Vanguard versus Warzone versus all the other weapons within the meta. So yeah, overall, we got that whole transit system that doesn't, I don't really see the point in it, but sure, more ways for people to move around, I'm fine with that. That's cool with me. Apparently, there's some sort of mode also that like sends out a ping across the map for everybody, and if you're not prone, you will be picked up on that signal and be exposed to all of the other people around you. I feel like the majority of the players are already laying prone hiding somewhere anyway. If they're not prone, they're crouched in a corner somewhere where there's only one way in, one way out. For Verdansk players, these are the same people saying Caldera sucks. Verdansk had horrible design flaws, horrible design issues, and they refuse to recognize. Yeah, it's called Occupation Scan. It's a public event coming to Rebirth only. Oh, okay, I don't care. I mean, Rebirth is cool, don't get me wrong, and I did say that I would probably play Rebirth if it went solo, and I just never touched it anyway. BR is just tough, man. I don't... Oh, Vanguard update tomorrow. I don't know if the weapon is going to be available or anything like that. Don't necessarily know what's going to be released with that, but I'll likely make a video on it or whatever, and then the next day after that is when the Warzone update comes out with all of those changes and shit, with Serpentine and all that stuff. Is Serpentine just in Warzone, or is it also in Vanguard? Notorious, 4 kills, 10 remaining. What are you, looking for fish heartbeats or some shit? And again, as you can see, like I was saying, no matter how many other things in the game that they are buffing and making, quote, too strong to the, you know, good players or the above average players, if you're a good player, you're likely running stim or snapshots or whatever. Stim makes the most sense because it immediately helps your combat ability. If you're a good player, you would take that over almost anything else. I use a heartbeat sensor if I could figure out where they are myself. Why would I sit there and take my time opening my heartbeat sensor like this over and over and over again where I can't fight and fight back with people? Why would I need this little piece of equipment to tell me if somebody's in there when I should be able to figure it out myself? That's what a good player thinks of. The heartbeat sensor is literally training wheels for awareness. If you have a heartbeat sensor on your loadout, you are likely saying that you basically play with horse blinders on. When you're driving, do you stare at your GPS too, dipshit? I'm sorry, I'm getting too personal. The suppress HDR literally from a distance, from third person, sounds like a tire fucking deflated. So they're pretty aware that you're using a suppressed sniper rifle somewhere over there. Very few things that are suppressed and louder than that. And here's the worst part about the heartbeat sensor is that the longer that you sit there on there and depend on that little piece of equipment to do things for you, the amount of times, I would love to see the KD of the people that use the heartbeat sensor, and then also look at the KD of the same players and see how many of them have died looking at their heartbeat sensor. I'm so curious how many people have just died instantly just staring at this stupid fucking thing. I'm so tired of seeing it. This part is Warzone 2. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of fucking heartbeat sensor on steroids. Not only will it ping the person and give their distance, but it'll also say what their blood type is and what their overall KD is at the bottom so you know who you're fucking with. Top 3 situation, 5 kills for Notorious. Oh, he's got a ping. Holy shit, man. He's too close now. Probably pinging you, too. And he has Combat Scout on. Combat Scout's kind of ridiculous, too. It switches up the meta. I'm glad that some perks moved around, but holy shit. Battle Hardened needs a buff, too. Still, like, actually needs a buff. That whole situation talking about the snapshot grenades and stuff and how Battle Hardened does counter it. It doesn't really counter it, though, because it still lets people know that somebody got hit by it. You still get the hit marker for it, and the person is notified. A true counter to something that is just about getting information about where someone is and not doing any damage at all should not give them information. That's the true counter. The true counter is to prevent them from getting information. They still get information by throwing it and checking to see if somebody is there. It still tells them everything they need to know. And Combat Scout on a map like this on Caldera, where there's all these bushes and trees and other shit like that, makes it trivial to shoot people at that point. Good shots. They both have Combat Scout on, and he gets the dub. Takes out Nikolai, and GG's. Here we go. Hold on. And you guys are cheaters. Every last one of you cheating your asses off. No one took the bait. GG's, man. Update tomorrow.